How you doing, everyone? Sean O'Kane here with ChipEstimate TV, where we bring you the latest trends and information in IP, software, and semiconductor design in the EDA industry. With me today is the main man, the main blogger. He's prolific as a writer, and you all know him in the industry, Mr. Paul McLellan, editor of Breakfast Bites. Thank you very much for joining us today on ChipEstimate TV.
Thanks for having me.
Excited. I wanted to ask you about the focus of DesignCon in general, because this is what you had described earlier to me. This is not the particular area that Cadence resides, but we're here for a reason.
Well, we do reside in PCB design and package design too, but this is, obviously Cadence is probably best well known for IC design tools. This is not an IC design conference, despite DesignCon being a very sort of generic name. It's actually PCB and package design and signal integrity on boards and that kind of thing. And that's an area that's increasingly important, because as Moore's law has slowed down, then these more than more approaches with multiple die in the same package, interposers, very, very high-speed serial interfaces, these all place demands on the tools. I mean, we need a new generation of tools to design those things.
Yeah. There was a keynote with Dr. Todd Hubling. He described the challenges associated with designing safe and reliable autonomous vehicles, and and talking about system failures and all that kind of stuff. Question is, how do we make autonomous vehicles safe enough?
Well, it's multiple levels, right? At one level, it's the silicon. People need to make good, reliable silicon. That's kind of obviously not Cadence's job in the stack. Then there's making IP that works more reliably and has failure modes that are well understood. So, for example, our automotive IP is different from the automotive Ethernet IP is different from the Ethernet IP we put in regular cloud machines, where it doesn't matter so much if something goes down. And then in the software area, we've got a lot of stuff in functional safety analysis, of analyzing software or analyzing the whole system, software and the hardware together, to make sure that basically problems either are either benign, or they get detected and corrected, or they get detected and it doesn't really matter too much, like a warning light comes on that shows that your airbag controller is failed. Well, unless you actually crash and the airbag doesn't go off, you're not any worse for it. But it kind of means take it to the dealer and get it fixed. Right.
Let's talk a little bit about DDR5, and Cadence is already, they're designing with this already, but you're talking about ZIP.
Yeah, so my understanding is the specification for DDR5 isn't completely final yet, but these days nobody waits for the specification to be final. Everybody has to design, get started. Cadence has VIP for DDR5, so people can start using that. I'm sure we'll have design IP when DDR5 is available, but ultimately with a lot of these things, it's interoperability that is key. Whether or not controllers work with the chips that the memory people put out, the DRAM people put out, and that in a way can proceed from the spec that is at the stage now of dotting the final I's and crossing the final T's.
You attended a panel session about machine learning. Could you want to kind of talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, David White from Cadence is one of the presenters. There were a number of other people there. So increasingly people are looking at machine learning as a way of, most of our tools and anybody's tools have a lot of parameters, and it's very opaque as to how you should set them and to what effect you'll get. And using machine learning to help set those parameters and analyze the results and then essentially cycle through the tools again automatically is clearly something that's coming. We already have that in Virtuoso for some of the characterization we do for next generation analog processors.
Nice, nice. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking a little bit of time with us, and to our audience, don't forget to check out Breakfast Bites. And they're fresh every morning with Paul McLellan.
www.breakfastbites.com.
There you go. So for Paul McLellan, my name is Sean O'Kane. We'll see you next time on ChipEstimate TV.